And all you want to do is tap, 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 tap. You know, very, very light. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. No hitting. None like that. Tap, tap, tap. That's what you want to do. Just a very light tap, tap, tap. Just I think someone's gonna get in trouble. Sounds like somebody's rubbing their bum on a gate. Wow, nobody's gonna get in trouble. Hello, boys. Hello, boys. Oh, there's two. There's the one I'm actually looking for. Because he needs his pill. And in order to give him his pill, he needs some of that. Because he's kind of fussy with his pill. Oh yeah, this morning, check this out, you guys. Hey, Mr. D. Hey, Mr. D. See your eye. It's all goopy. What happened to your eye? I put some medicine in it. I don't know. This is weird. He's never ever sick. So I'm really nervous about him. I don't want him to be sick. He's never had goopy eyes. I know, I gotta see your eyes and I don't want to see your nose. Yes, your nose is just fine. Your nose is good. Your other eye is beautiful. It is. So let's open that up and give him his pill. Hey. Ooh. Morning treat. Come here, Mr. Darcy. Darcy. You just had some. You haven't even finished chewing yet. You're not done. Finish up. You want some, buddy? Darcy walked away. I gotta go get him. Alright, I'll be right back. Well, you guys didn't see it, but he got his pill. Yeah. And you got your corn. You're so gentle. He's so gentle. So, he's gonna hang out there for a little bit. They like to come in here. They like to come in here in the middle of the day when it's hot. Because I've got the fan on. Put my corn right there. I've got the fan on and it's kind of cool. Moves the air around a little bit. Very little bit. So, I mean, it's only a little fan. But, so happy Labor Day. And I hope most of you are not laboring today, being a Monday. Oh, it's so nice to have this being on a Monday, which means tomorrow is going to be exceptionally crazy busy. And then Wednesday, I have to help husband with a yard. Wow, check that out. Can you guys see that? The difference? Look, that's our yard and that's their pasture. I fertilized their pasture and I didn't fertilize our yard. It just looks awesome. It's gonna be so nice for the winter. So, back on track. Yeah, so I get that on Wednesday and then the realtor is coming here on Thursday and she is gonna evaluate the house and hopefully write a report about the solar farm devaluing our property way considerably. And then I'm hoping she'll do that with the other neighbor and the other neighbor and the other people, and hopefully we can bring that to the public hearing next week and hopefully get this thing stopped, because this is just an application, a petition for it. So if we can stop it like there, that will be amazing, because then it won't go back in, which really stinks for the family. I feel bad for them, but maybe there's another way. That way the family gets happy and we're happy. It probably isn't, but you never know. So we're gonna do that. I've got to run to Mount Airy because there's some things up there that I need to get, and gotta do that. Let me see what else. Coffee. Need more coffee. That's important. Dunkin' Donuts probably. But actually, I don't think there's a Dunkin's in Mount Airy, so I'll have to go to Starbucks. And then we gotta do feet. It's about that time where I go and I rasp all their feet, so maybe I'll do a video on that. But I also wanted to say thank you to my subscribers and to everybody on Facebook that like our Summerfield Farm and Draft Horses page, because whoops, sorry. Here I am trying to get all sentimental and I nearly dropped my phone. So anyway, thank you to everybody, everybody that was on the GoFundMe page. That it's still there. I still need it. It's still there. So I'll share it again. So on the GoFundMe page, on the Facebook, what was it? Facebook, I don't know, fundraisers. I think that's over. I think it's only a certain amount of days and then they take it off. So thank you to, I think, Linda. Thank you. You donated. Thank you. It was very appreciative. Very, very, very. It actually helped with our vet bill the other day, which was $200. So, so that, and thank you to Summerfield Lawns for their donations and other people who have made private donations. Thank you so much, you guys. So thank you, everybody, all you guys. I can't do him this time without you guys. It's just, I can't do it. COVID put a damper on a lot of things, and we tightened our belt buckle and came through for somebody who wanted Bishop, who really liked him, and they have yet to see him yet, which is kind of neat because I get to work on him and I get to show all the videos, yet they haven't come to see him yet. But that'll be fine. It'll be a really great day when they come to visit. Let's see what else. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I've got all these sweat bees coming around. Get out of my car. There's too many. And so I'm gonna get my day going, and I will be back in about 2 hours. 2 snaps of a. I think I might make the transition. Yes, I will make the transition a 1.5 seconds, and you guys, I will see in a 1.5 seconds. Wow, that was a pretty cool fade, what'd you think? It is now, oh, I don't know, 12, 1, 2, 3, about 4 hours later. I took care of a bunch of things for work and shipped off a couple things for customers, did some errands, blah, blah, blah. So now is the end. I do believe that this is the last of the 30 of 30 vlogs that I have. I'm gonna go back and count because I might be missing like 2. I'm not really sure, but I can tell you right now that the list that I made for every little thing that I wanted to do is not complete. So I have a ton of more stuff that I want to do with these guys, and show you. So today, what I'm gonna do is, I was just thinking, first of all, don't make fun of my clothing. I know I don't match. I know plaid brown does not go with teal green, and it certainly doesn't go with green reins, black halter, and a tan horse. So get over it. I am not here to look all cutesy cutesy for you guys. I'm here to show you what to do with your horse. And what I do with my horses. Because sometimes you shouldn't do what I do. It's not like a whole mom thing, do as I say, not as I do. So, getting back, what I am gonna do today is I wanted to reiterate what Bishop learned the other day. So the previous video, we did all those crazy things with the bunny head and all that stuff. It was so much fun. But Hops is away. Mr. Boo is still out there. I left him out overnight. And they didn't knock him over, which is really kind of cool. So what I'm going to do today is I want to see how much Bishop retained from his teachings, because we only stayed with Bishop for a little while. So I have my microphone again, and unfortunately husband has the tripod, so I'm gonna have to stick you in this little guy and put you in a tree. So hopefully Mr. Big Nose and Mr. Big White and Fluffy and Darcy won't knock you over while I'm out and about, because that'll be really funny, because you'll be staring at the sky or the grass or something like that, and you'll still hear me and I won't even know that you're missing. Okay, so what I've got today, I have just my basic riding pants, a shirt, I have my half chaps and my jodhpurs, my boots, jodhpurs, those are the pants, riding pants, English people, my boots. And of course I have a different set of reins today. These are reins, they have little clips at the ends. I made them out of, sorry, it's sawdust on the ground. I made them out of a set of just lead rope. So all I did with this one is, see, I just unbraided it and braided it. And they're awesome, they're nice, they're thick, they're heavy, they have a lot of weight to them. They have a lot of feel to them. I really like them. So I made a couple of these actually for my friends at the barn, and they still use them. So I've got his halter, and then I've got my little tripod, and then this is the riding crop that I've been telling you guys about. And this is just a plain English riding crop. And I don't suggest ever using it for what some people use it for. I don't like them. I think they're in the wrong hands. I think they can be abusive and downright mean. But for today, and the way I use this particular crop for riding, which I never ever use. I've owned this crop for, I don't know, 5 years now. It's actually a really nice one too. Who makes this one? I don't know. Wonder Whip? I don't know. I like it. It's got like, it's got a piece of leather at the end, and it's all braided, and it's got a really, it's nice, it's comfortable. I like it. It's easy to hold. Put it in there, get your reins, and then you just use it. So what I use, how I use this, now this is how I want you guys to see. If you see me use it at all, what I do is I have, let me see if we can do this. Okay, so I have this bucket. This is my mounting block, okay? And I'm gonna try to do this set up here. You're on the table. Okay, so let's see. Horse's head is gonna be right here on the other side, of course. All right, so picture that horse head facing that direction. This is the halter, okay? And I have my reins, and my reins are being held like this, okay? This is how you hold English reins. You put them there, your thumbs are always up, your pinky's underneath, and you have your first three. And this is how you hold your English reins. Western's a little different. Even me, I hold them a little different. Basically, however you're comfortable with. When I go on trail rides, I'm usually like this. You know, I hold them here, and I use actually this arm, and I swing it the way they're moving, so I can kind of, because you know women, they kind of walk and they have that little sachet, and they swing their arms. So for me, when I'm in a rhythm with my horse, it's just kind of easy for me to just kind of go like this, and I kind of follow their steps. So it's easy for me, and I can really quick and hurry get back into, you know, English. So anyway, okay, back to your horse. Okay, we have our horse's reins right here, and these are not split reins. It's basically one big loop. If they were split reins, that would mean that they were two pieces, hence the word split, but they're not. So this is one continuous rein, which is really nice because you can bring it up, you can let it drop, you can bring it back up really quick if you need to, okay? So the way you hold your crop in your hand when you have reins is like this, okay? You have your thumb is still pointing up on your reins, and then you have your crop kind of laying in the palm of your hand. So you can still do this and not mess around with this so much, okay? So I have my horse and I have my reins and I'm sitting here and I'm just having fun. Oh wait, my horse faces this way. Okay, so we're facing this way. I should actually turn my horse around. Okay, horse, turn around. All right. All right, so now my horse is now facing this direction, okay? Not this way anymore. This is so you can see the crop. And then as I ride, I tap, 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 just like that. That's all it is. I'll show you. Tap, 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 just a little tiny tap. And then tap, 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 just use your wrist and just tap, tap, tap. And all you want to do is tap, 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 tap. You know, very, very light. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. No hitting. None like that. Tap, tap, tap. That's what you want to do. Just a very light tap, tap, tap. Just to kind of go, hey, just like if you're going to go up to somebody and go, you know, you're not going, hey. You know, you're not doing that. That's mean. That's awful. That's abusive. Okay? You want to tap, tap, tap. Not, okay, you hear the difference? Tap, 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 whip, whip, whip. Come on, move your ass type thing. No. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. So that's what we're going to do. And that's how I do it. Just a little tap, tap, tap. So, enough tap dancing. Let's go riding. All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, I did have my microphone on my shirt, but I forgot to turn the recorder on for the transponders, so it was not recording into the phone. So I'm just gonna have to tell you kind of sort of what's going on. I'm gonna kind of come in and out and put some music behind this and make it sound all nicey. So I'm really sorry about that. It was my fault. I didn't look for the little blue light. But I'm just brushing off all the hair, and it is, the days are getting longer, or shorter actually. The days are getting shorter. It's cooler during the day, I mean at night. Oh my gosh. Days are getting shorter. It's cooler in the morning. It's hot in the afternoon. And these guys are shedding a lot. They're shedding out their summer coat. That way their winter coat can start growing in, which is really kind of stinky this time of year because it's September. And usually September is pretty hot and October is pretty crappy. There's usually no rain in October, so I'm just kind of brushing off on his bum and all that good stuff. So I'm just gonna ride Bush Bishop today, and Darcy and Jarvis get the day off. So I want to see if Bishop remembers anything from the other day, and I'm hoping he will. So I am up on my little mounting block, which is my little bucket that I was tapping on earlier, and I thought I prepared him enough, but I think right there where I bopped him in the butt, he took off. And he started running and cantering, and with me on his back, bareback, trying to get on him. And it was actually quite funny, as I was basically leaning over his mane as he's running off, and when he got into a canter pattern, I was able to kind of tuck my butt up underneath it and get him back under control, and now he's just fine. So yeah, always prepare your horse before you mount. And he's not used to feeling things like that on his butt, so he gets nervous. But he was very controllable, and once I grabbed the reins, I woed him and he just stopped. So okay, so what I'm gonna do here is we are gonna go do some slaloms. You can see me tap, tap, tap on his butt. I want to have a little bit more of a energetic walk. I don't want to stroll. I want to try to keep him moving at a certain speed because he's in the pasture. He does it really good when he's with other horses in a trail ride. He keeps up. He loves to trot with other horses next to them, and he does really good. But when he's by himself in his pasture, he really kind of lollygags. He's kind of lazy, which is really kind of nice if you just want a strolling type of ride, because he really doesn't want to do anything. It is apparent. But he did do much better today as far as learning leg and knowing what he needed to do as I asked him, with the aid of the reins. And every once in a while I had to tap 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 him on the bum to kind of give him, I want that little bit of a more motivated step. And I think he did pretty good. And I did not fly spray, you guys. I'm so sorry. That's awful. You should always fly spray your horses before you do any work, because obviously Jarvis is showing you that there's flies out there, and they're not really a lot of them, but they're just the horse flies that time of day, and they're coming out and they're starting to be bothersome, which will not allow your horse to focus on you very much if he's being irritated by the flies. He's actually going really slow through here, but I'm pretty happy with him because he's really responding very well to my leg pressure. And as you can see, he's going through the slaloms very, very well. Towards the end, he starts pooping, and I tried to get him to stop so he could stop and poop, but you know, I guess logging horses or carriage horses, they sometimes have to walk and poop at the same time. So I was trying to be nice, but see, he was right there. I realized he was pooping and he didn't want to. So I said, all right, well, let's keep on going then. Okay, so I came back here and I stopped him because I happened to notice something as we were training. It seemed like he had like a stick that would be like around him or up by his head, and he'd get all nervous. Kind of like what happened when we were on the trail ride. He'd kind of give that little hop skip a little bit, but I wanted to address that here. I tried to ask him to back up, and it was just easier for him to just turn him around. So I wanted to make sure I was in the camera's angle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wave my arms and try to get his attention so he understands that even though things are waving on either side of his face, he's not to react. He wasn't really too flinchy that way, and he wasn't really too flinchy the other way. And I don't recommend doing this if you know you have a reactionary horse. You always want to try this on the ground, because if they jump sideways while you're doing that, you're gonna fall off, even if you're on the saddle. So I was trying to be gentle and trying to be soft about it, and watching his ears, and I'm watching him blink, because they don't blink when they're stressed, and when they blink, that means they're unstressed a little bit. So now I feel comfortable. I can wave my arms just a little bit bigger, and that's basically what I'm doing there. So now I'm gonna take my crop, and I'm gonna rub my crop on his neck and tell him that he's a good boy, and on his shoulder, tell him he's a good boy. And then I'm gonna go up to his head and around the other side on his neck, tell him he's a good boy. So that way when sticks move, oh yeah, don't forget the head. Oh, be careful of that. And on his ears, he does really good. And on his jaw, he did really good. And he doesn't seem to mind this as far as like being touched all around. And he did really good going through the woods, about brushing up against him and so forth. He just doesn't seem to mind that. So I'm trying to find what sets him off, and apparently it's okay because he's just standing there being quiet. I'm rubbing down his leg and on his shoulder, but I'm stopping every once in a while, and that is his release to tell him that he is being really good. So I'm gonna rub him down on his leg. And this is good too if you're on a trail or something and there's a lot of flies and you wanna just bring like a leaf or a branch with some leaves on it, and you want to use it as a fly swatter spray. It's really good training for that. Okay, now I'm actually going to combine my arm and my crop. So I don't know what sets him off when people have sticks on next to him. It just seems like sometimes it bothers him and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm trying to have big movements. I think maybe he doesn't really react too much when there's somebody on his back. I'm not really sure, but I'm trying to get him to react somehow so I can fix this. But he's really not reacting as I had expected, so I just continue rubbing him and telling him he's a good boy and helping keep the flies away. Okay, enough of that. I think he's done really good. We'll try a different way on the ground. So I'm going to speed this up, and basically I'm going to want him to go straight down and around with a little bit of pep in his step. But he's already going to anticipate right about here that he thinks I'm going to want to slalom, and he's going to, see? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to go straight. Okay, I've got this at 4 speed, and I'm trying to get him to walk straight and down with a little bit more pep in his step. He's doing pretty good. He's anticipating. But I'm gonna change things up here a little bit. I want him to make a circle as he's walking and not, see, he can sidestep very well, and not make a circle and just kick his butt around. I want him to walk in a circle. So just walk in a circle versus turn in a circle. And we're gonna try that, I think, here. Now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to mix it up a little bit, so he understands right and left, and trying to just make big circles. And now we're gonna go bug Jarvis. We're gonna walk some circles around Jarvis. Jarvis is not too amused. He's like, "What are you doing?" And then right there he pins his ear, so we walk away. So obviously it was bothering him. So I think all things considered, I think he did pretty good. So gently take the halter off, and you know, he's licking and chewing, so he's happy. He's very happy. So give him a little rub, tell him he's good. Rub down all that fur that's all messed up. And I want you guys to see this. This is hilarious. I didn't catch it until after I watched the video. Are we done yet? He asks if we're done. Yep, okay. I'm gonna go see my friends and watch this. That is not sped up. He just wants to go see his friends. He does this every single solitary time. When his friends are way far away and you take the halter off, he runs. So he's faking. Oh well. Alright you guys, I'll see you next time on Summerfield Farm and Draft Horses. See you later guys. Thanks for watching.